मैन इज अ सोशल एनिमल, ये तो हम सबने सुना है, लेकिन कुछ लोग ऐसे हैं जिन्होंने इस टर्म को एक नई डेफिनेशन दे दी है, बिकॉज उनकी जिंदगी में पर्सनल जैसा कुछ नहीं है, क्योंकि इट इज ऑल आउट ऑन द सोशल मीडिया ऑलरेडी। वहीं सिक्के के दूसरी तरफ ऐसे भी लोग हैं जिनकी पर्सनल स्पेस अभी भी वही है, पर्सनल, एंड दैट इज हाउ दे लाइक टू कीप इट। अब ये दो तरह के लोग कैसे कोएग्जिस्ट करते हैं, एंड ऑल्सो मिलियंस अपनी अच्छी दिखने वाली सोशल लाइफ और कॉम्प्लिकेटेड दिखने वाली रियल लाइफ के साथ कैसे जगल करते हैं, वेब सीरीज हे प्रभु वाज ऑल अबाउट दैट, एंड व्हिच इज नाउ बैक टू दिस सीजन 2। और सीजन 2 में कितनी क्रेजीनेस होगी और तरुण की जिंदगी में कितनी कॉम्प्लिकेशंस होंगी के बारे में बात करने के लिए पंजाब के केसरी नवोदय टाइम्स में मैं हूं निधि, और मेरा प्रिविलेज है टू टॉक टू द लीड स्टार कास्ट, द टैलेंटेड स्टार कास्ट, अचिंत, Rajat and Parul. So a warm welcome to all three of you.
Thank you, dear.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Nidhi. You spoke so
That was
well.
flawless.
Oh my God.
You talk so well. Now I know
So well.
why you are a
Now
such
you know
a,
the energy behind the flags.
Yeah.
Totally agree with you.
I'm totally
मुझे
getting
भी
that
दे दो
energy
थोड़े।
from you.
मुझे भी चाहिए वो झंडे।
लगा लो, they're really helpful, you know.
मैं दूंगी, मेरे पास है, मेरे भी बाहर लगे हुए हैं।
और मैं कहीं लगा दूंगी यहीं
अच्छा,
पे।
but yeah, coming back to this, yes, Nidhi, thank you for.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
coming back to the positive vibes, so season 1 ने बहुत अच्छी vibes create की in terms of how people accepted it, it being a bold topic for the TV media. Tell me, how excited are all of you for the season 2?
Gee, Achint, go for it.
Like totally excited, man. We were waiting for season 2 because the first season was just establishing the characters and what they're going through. This time it evolves in situations, characterizations, getting to know the characters way better. Like in my case, I say seeing the human side too, the fun elements, the moments, new characters coming in, the intersection. So there's like a plethora of, it's like a buffet. It's like a buffet. So lots more is happening. And obviously there's a culmination and closure to a lot of situations. And there are many new situations also that arise, which take the story ahead. And like I was saying it earlier also, in spite of all the complexity, the end result is just simplicity. It's so contemporary and right and pure and real. That's what I like about it.
Okay, what about you, Parul and Rajat?
I just want to say Achin said it so well. She covered everything. I just got lost looking at you, really.
Yeah, but I think one of the very, very interesting part for me when season 2 of a web series is coming is that finally, you know, the messages will stop from fans who are saying season 2 kab aayega? Season 2 kab aayega? Because you know, genuinely since season 1 till now, every day you are getting messages of कि अरे आपने ऐसे point पे खत्म किया, अभी season 2 कब आएगा? So I'm so glad finally it's happening, so we can officially tell people कि it's coming on the 26th. And like what Achin said, it's always very interesting to you know, take a character forward, because in season 1 you've established your character traits, you've learnt about your character. Somewhere there's a good mix of Rajat and Tarun who's come together in season 1. So now in season 2 to take that forward is very interesting for me as an actor.
Yeah. And honestly, you know, as you are saying, as actors, of course, you know, आप अपने character को और पहचान पाते हैं अगले season में. So even as audiences, ना हम भी, you know, when you're watching a series and you know there are multiple episodes, तो कहीं ना कहीं audience भी relate करती है. So I'm more like, you know, Achin's character. Oh, अच्छा मेरे में रजत के traits है. नहीं मैं पारुल का जो अरुणिमा character है उससे relate. So I think season 2 is also for us as a journey कि हम अपने आप को explore करें कि भाई हमने जिसके साथ relate किया था, so where are we headed on that? So that's great.
Always.
Yeah, but you guys shot during the pandemic. Is it for this? So I want to know क्या challenges आप लोगों ने face किए, and you know, what are the differences? How did you all cope with this new normal?
We started shooting in August, I think August or September, and this if the new normal, what we call it, it was very, very different, but a mix of two. Like you are super excited because we all love, as creative people, you love, and the feeling of getting back on a set is beautiful. You crave for that. So all the technicians, all the actors, everyone, we were all dying to get out, and finally to be able to be on a set and shoot was brilliant. But then you see everyone around you wearing a PPE kit and a mask it's scary, like, because it takes you a couple of days even to get used to
Get
it.
used to
And also, a big shout out to the technical team, because hum fir bhi as actors, we are still without a mask because we are performing, and very like proper, they take care of to make sure we are safe, right? But all the technicians, they are working, they are lifting heavy lights and being in front of heat, like itni garam lights hoti hai, and then you are in your PP kits and your masks. I think it's a brilliant. It's a very, very tough job to do. So a big shout out to them. They had a tough time. We still had it easy because we still have like 4 people running to get us stuff and to do things for us. But overall, very, very good feeling to be finally back on a set.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think there was so much gratitude from everyone and compassion because we all had been sitting at home and that's the first thing we were getting to do, and we all know each other so well. There was definitely excitement and a lot of gratitude from everyone.
Great. But tell me, what is to be expected from you guys, as audience in the second season now? Because ek expectation bar already aap logon ne set kar diya. Not with the story, not just with the story, not just with the comic timing and everything, but also with your character portrayals. So now you've set that bar. So ab kya expect kare?
I think you just saw a trailer of who we were, what was happening, and now you are seeing what they are. It's just there were problems. There was something like underline of what you just saw, and now that has been expanded into who they are. They really are, as you said. That if I related to this person, where's her story going? So that's all that we are doing. We are focusing more on certain things that we just vaguely spoke about in season 1, and now that's going forward. And Tarun's character is going through so much.
No, so much. There's another thing which is very interesting. It's a thought-driven project. So it's not a scene-driven project. Understand? So there's a philosophy behind it. So that is what is very interesting. This is happening because of this, not as a reaction alone, because of how people deal with situations. So that evolves in the second season. So that is very interesting.
And season 1, it was more relatable in a lot of sense, not just to millennials, but to everybody. Like in your character, like Achint, you are asking people ki tum Twitter pe ho, tum Facebook. So I could so relate to it when I introduced my mother to it. She's 73. तो वो मतलब अब सबको पहले पूछती है अच्छा ये भी है when she used to look at her Facebook and see her friends and other relatives. So that part I found relatable. And then in your character Arunima, there was so many traits where the young woman who wants to make her mark today, वो एक relatable factor आता है. Tarun, in your character, mom के साथ जो लड़ाई 26 साल का हो गया, बाहर जाना है घर से. So tell me, वो craziness अभी भी है या मतलब वो जैसे आपके father ने कहा था कि बिजली का बिल भरेगा तो पता चलेगा. So that sense of responsibility is going to be there in season 2 या अभी it's going to be all over the place?
I think Tarun का character ही वैसा है. He is trying to get into a space where he can be that responsible son, but he's still having a tough time with that on that front. And also, like we just said, ki season 1, it was just season 1 was also like trying to, so especially for audience point of view, season 2 is also more personal because now you already know somewhere, you've understood these characters in season 1. So now anything this particular character, if Achint's character, Paru's character, or my character, if we are doing something, then the audience can feel very personally connected to it. Ki I know what you went through. I know why you're doing this. So it's also not a season which is made just for the heck of it. He just season 1 success ho gaya to banana hai. It was like the writing team is brilliant. So they've written a good, sensible show. It's not like something ki arey banana hai to bana diya. So that's a good. So I think you can expect a lot more. Yeah, maturity तो eventually आएगी, I hope someday.
Maturity है इस show में.
नहीं character में responsibility. और वो mature है. I think वो mature है. It's just that his way of things, his way of dealing with stuff is different. So उसको समझ नहीं आता. उसके लिए normal है, but then it's not. It just doesn't work out.
Correct. Now that we are on this topic, Achint, the age bracket, I want to know when you started, 2 decades ago. You were pretty young at that time, and you were, into this whole arena where, as an audience and as characters, as actors, we were all getting used to this idea जहाँ पर episodic, series हम देखते जाएंगे. So, and now you're doing this, which is more from a millennial's point of view. तो मैं जानना चाहती हूँ कि social conditioning में, आपको कितना difference दिखता है from then and now?
So social conditioning, see, now that is a very vast subject if you actually look at it. Social conditioning is normally victimization, I call it. Okay? And more so because depending from where you belong, which part of the country or world you're coming from, obviously it's very different. But it's changing, and it's not changing because of only my generation. It's the generation that is coming ahead. Internet per se has changed everything. There's, it's like you don't have to go to a library because you have a question and you have to go look up in a book and then find the answer. It's right there. It's a click away. So awareness is much more, every option is given to you on the platter. So what has happened in this whole scenario is people have found their own. They have their own mind. They have an opinion. So there is a negative to it also. And obviously there is a positive to it too. But that has created identities. It's not about, ye acha hai. मुझे ऐसा करना है क्योंकि मुझे ऐसा सिखाया गया है या ये बुरा है क्यों. So now people have started questioning. Now all that is what we are going to watch ahead in times. So I used to say there was a herd and people were always a part of the crowd. Today people walk on their own as individuals and have stories of their own because they can. True. They've realized. So there's a lot of introspection and inner growth which has happened also.
Correct. I think they don't want to be put in a box anymore. They want to carve out their own identities. So I think that's something very beautiful, and that's something the show also portrays in a way. Parul, अगर अरुणिमा की character की बात की जाए, तो कितना आपने relate किया और कितना आपको लगा कि नहीं, मेरा character, who I am as a person is very different to this character?
There are few similarities, but you cannot be the same person. So she is a bit different, but she does have a few similarities when it comes to work ethics, when it comes to being ambitious, when it comes to being very hardworking. But she's way too ethical. I'm not so ethical. If you've seen in season 1 also, she's like she's a purist. She would use a pen and paper and not believe in recording. And
yeah.
It's like, what if your phone's battery dies or something? Wo save nahi hoga. So she's like, I want to be able to do everything perfectly ethical. If you have a problem, discuss it. Now you see her kind of fulfilling her needs. She was kind of doing things which would make others happy or would help others. But now it's all about that she's putting herself first in season 2, and that's where she's leading. That's where also you see her taking her stand in season 2.
Okay, great. And Rajat, agar aapki baat karu, so as actors, of course, people say jo dikhta hai wo bikta hai. So of course you have to be there out in the social media. But aapka character jo hai Tarun, wo matlab kuch bhi karta hai to it's there, on his Twitter handle. So how much do you relate to that character?
I don't.
You don't?
No, I'm not that person. I'm very, very different when it comes to social media than what Tarun is. Everything I do, everything I think, everything, like, when it comes to my ethical grounds, I'm very vocal on social media. Like if ethically I feel something is happening around us is right or wrong, I'm very, very vocal on social media.
Yeah, I have read a number of your tweets on so many issues, yeah.
But if it's about personally, if I'm happy, if I'm sad, if I met my friend, if I've had breakfast, where I've had breakfast, I don't have to mention everything there.
Yeah.
That I don't believe in. And I can't. A lot of people, I know they do it. My sister sometimes take a picture of the food. Like if the burger comes, she'll take a picture first. And I'm like, just let me eat. So I'm not that who would do a lot of that. But I understand people do it, works for them. At the end of the day, if it makes you happy, it works for you. So if you're happy doing it, it's fine. Don't do it just because you have to do it. So I don't, in life, I don't do anything I have to. I do things that I want to.
Okay, talking of happiness, one thing jo hame is pandemic ne really happy kiya is the OTT space, because we couldn't go out, movies वगैरह नहीं देख सकते थे, socializing नहीं कर सकते थे. So the growth of OTT space, I think, has proven to be a boon, we could say, इस पूरी pandemic में. You as actors, आपको आपको ये प्लेटफॉर्म कैसा लगता है, स्पेशली अचिंत ना, you've been there, टीवी के इंसेप्शन में आप थे, you've done films, now you are also into this digital space. तो आप तीनों से ही पूछूंगी, but starting with Achint, how do you consider this OTT platform as, for actors?
So for actors, I feel all of a sudden we have options. Yeah. So the thought process again, so it's like, it's a grain that can create a content, not a situation anymore, right? So otherwise situations were limited because again, demand and supply, if that is what is being watched, so that is what was catered for. But here it's way more experimental, it's way more real, it's all genres of society, it's global, so many perspectives coming in, thought processes, the way the social, like the so-called, how people are socially from different aspects in life, their point of views, how they look at situations. So now it's become a buffet, like, so there's so much to offer as an entertainer. It is so way more thought-provoking. It is not restrictive in many ways. And what I mean by restrictive is like, maybe I can't still do a certain things on, like I can do a television, I still can't do it on OTT, but there's so many options of coming around the same thing. You see it with a, like a bird's eye view. So there are a lot of options. For me, I think it's a blessing. Like I'm hungry to do more work. Like it's so crazy for me this time around.
And Rajat, your thoughts?
I feel the same. I think it's a blessing. I did my first web show in 2015. That time that time it was very different. It was just starting to grow in India. So the production value, the budget, how it was looked at was very different. But now in 2021, like the quality of a web series on an OTT platform, a film on an OTT platform is as big as a film which is going in theaters. Like we are using the same cameras, the same team, the same director, same actor. Like things are so top notch for everything that I think the difference has gone way down than it was. It's looked at something equally big as how a film in a theater. And for what Achint just said, for an actor, for a writer, for a director, it's given so many more opportunities. It's given so many options to choose from. Even the producers, they are willing to put in money on actors who they would not if it was a film in a theater, because there's a lot of money that goes into like distribution mein paisa kisko percentage kitna jayega. This is very easy, and for audience this is very accessible. मैं घर में पजामे में बैठा हूँ and I can watch. I don't have to stand in a queue to buy a ticket. I don't have to wait for any company. I can just sit, have my drink. So for every point of view, it just works. So
I think it's a win-win for everybody.
It's a win-win for everyone.
Not for actors, also for us as audience. So Parul, what are your thoughts on it? OTT platform, because you've been very active on this platform.
Now everyone's spoken so much. What is the question exactly? Sorry, can you repeat for me?
राम किसका भाई था? पूरी रामायण के बाद.
No, did you say that OTT?
The
I know I heard
that. How do you see this OTT space and its growth in India suddenly?
Oh, I love it. I love the fact because I mean, I did hear Achint speak and Rajat speak, and then I was just like, okay, So I definitely see that whatever this is happening, I have benefited the most. I would have not imagined myself in a show. Everyone wants to do movies, right? Or want to work with big directors or big platforms. I reached out to all of those by just doing web shows, and I did 5-6 of those. I mean, Rajat did in 2015. My first was in 2018, if I'm not wrong. And then it's been a great journey. I did so many shows, played so many different characters. Sky was the limit for me for web, and I still see it that way. And I'm so glad that web was there, because if it wasn't, I might have just gone back to Rohtak, really.
Okay, so let's all thank the OTT platform that didn't happen. Let's thank the OTT platform that Achint is hungry for work so that unki brilliant acting ko hame aur dekhne ke liye milega. And of course, we are seeing the Rajat ka pura performance, which I crazy tarun ho ya kuch bhi kar rahe hain. This has been a pleasure talking to all three of you. Jate jate hamari audience, hamare viewers ke liye, is there any message that the three of you would like to throw?
Rajat says this very well. Rajat.
Now, the message is, if in terms of the show, please watch it. It's a very, very honest work coming from us because as creative people, as we all are hungry to go back on a set, this was the first time we were back on a set after the pandemic. We gave a lot to this show and very, very honest and happy performers we are. So please watch it and give your feedback. Go to Instagram. If you like it, please tell us. If you don't like it, please tell us. But please watch it. It's free.
Great. It's free. वो that's अच्छा था वो ad. But आप लोगों से बात करके मुझे ऐसा realize हुआ है कि season 1 was actually a trailer, एक teaser था, और season 2 is going to take the story forward. So I am totally looking forward कि season 2 देखूं मैं पूरा का पूरा. I'm going to binge watch it just like I did season 1. It was great talking to all three of you. All the best for this season and its performance and for all the future endeavors. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Also a big thank you to you, Nidhi. It's very, very nice for an actor to give an interview when the journalist is so well versed with it. And you know your job, you know who you're talking to, who you know what show we are talking about, you know our backstory, the show's backstory. So you have done your research. So a big thank you to you. It's been really a pleasure talking to you.
I hope
it was really nice talking
listening मेरा पेज थोड़ा बढ़ा दे वो.
दिखा देना उनको.
ये स्पेशल मैं दिखाऊंगी चंक.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye bye.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Bye.
Bye, Nidhi.